This isn't your average people mover. What you're looking at is a Mercedes B-Class with a 5.5 litre V8. This is the Mercedes B55 AMG, one of the most bizarre, unexpected one-offs ever made by AMG engineers. It's fast, it's loud, and it was never meant to exist. To understand just how crazy the B55 is, we've got to look at what the normal B-Class was. The B-Class launched in 2005 as a compact MPV, essentially a premium hatchback with a tall roof. It was built for practicality, not speed. You got front-wheel drive, modest petrol and diesel engines, and a whole lot of headroom. Most B-Classes were sold to families or older buyers who wanted comfort, not performance. And in the Mercedes lineup, the B-Class sat beneath the A-Class. This was the entry level of entry level. So when AMG engineers looked at it and said, let's throw a V8 in there, you can imagine the confusion. This wasn't a customer request. The B55 was built in 2010 by a small group of engineers at Mercedes' Rastatt plant in Germany, basically as a side project. The goal? Pure curiosity. What would happen if you took the biggest engine in the Mercedes lineup at the time, the M113 or 113 5.5 litre naturally aspirated V8, and shoved it into the tiniest car that could barely fit it? The engineers had no budget, no commercial pressure, and no reason to do it except for fun. They worked in their spare time sourcing parts from donor cars and building it all in-house. It was never greenlit by Mercedes headquarters. This was the mechanical equivalent of a after-hours mischief, and the result was spectacular. Under the bonnet was the legendary 5.5 litre V8 from the E55 AMG. No turbo, just displacement, torque, and noise. It made 388 horsepower and 530 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100, just 5.2 seconds, in a B-Class. To handle the power, they took a 7G Tronic automatic gearbox, the rear subframe and suspension from an E55 AMG, and converted the whole car to rear-wheel drive. Let me repeat that. This B-Class is rear-wheel drive. They even added quad exhausts, AMG wheels, and upgraded brakes. The inside? Surprisingly normal, apart from the center console and AMG speedometer. It was never crash tested, never made road legal, and never offered for sale. But it did work, and it was terrifying in the best way. So, if this thing was so good, why didn't Mercedes make more? Well, it would have made no sense. The B-Class wasn't designed for speed, and the cost of mass producing a V8 version would have been massive. You'd have to completely rework the chassis, reinforce the structure, and deal with emission laws. Plus, the market for fast hatchbacks was already being served by the A45 AMG, which had all-wheel drive and a much lighter turbo 4-cylinder. The B55 AMG was a passion project, and in a world increasingly focused on efficiency and downsizing, it was also a dinosaur. A glorious one, but still a dinosaur. Today, the B55 lives on as a cult legend. It's been featured at shows, shared across forums, and remembered as one of the most unhinged things AMG has ever built. It reminds us that beneath the suits and boardrooms, car companies are still run by people who love cars, and sometimes they let that passion take the wheel. It's a shame Mercedes never gave us a proper production version, but in a way, that makes the B55 even more special. A one-off that was never meant to be and never will be again.
The standard B200 CDI is a fairly regular car. It's okay to look at, well, this one's silver, and it's all nice and good. But once it's put through the creative work of the apprentices here at Mercedes-Benz in Rastatt, it's quite a different beast. Now, there's one thing I would like to say so that you know what's awaiting us. V8 Well, let me add more. 388 horsepower in a B-Class. Let's find out how that drives. Ah, there it is. The B55. Now, I do really wonder how they managed to pop in an S-Class V8 with 388 horsepower into this car. Well, it has a lot of power, and to find out more, I need the keys. And Mr. Wirtz, who is in charge of the technical training here at Rastatt, has them. But where is he? Ah, there he is.
Hallo. Hallo Matthew. Hier sind die Schlüssel. Viel Spaß.
Vielen Dank. Let's go. Finally, I'm behind the steering wheel of the B55. And I'm on Mercedes' private racetrack in Rastatt. Now it's time to test this baby. Let me fire up the engine. Oh, love the sound of that one. Let's go. The B55 really doesn't feel like a B-Class. 388 horsepower, and all of this has been built from scrap by the apprentices. We're gonna find out what this racetrack is about. It's about 3.4 kilometers long, has some nice tight curves, but we gotta be careful because we don't want to wreck this unique specimen. Listen to this engine. It's a furious roar, one that I usually only know from AMG cars. But this is not an AMG car. This is what devoted students can do with 2,000 euros out of a normal standard car with really just replacement parts. The B55, 388 horsepower. Hey, let's see how this accelerates. Let's put the foot to the ground. And here we go. Woo! No ESP. Oh yes, this accelerates. So what would I say about a B-Class with this engine? Hell yeah. This car is just a big elevated go-kart. It's great fun to drive. I heard it, I drove it, but I'm a man of little faith. I still can't believe it. It's true, it's a V8. Should you ever encounter this rare bird on the street, of course, you can't see the V8 engine, but there are 3 distinguishing marks, namely, 1, the black grille, 2, the smoky black glass on the lights, and of course, the AMG brakes and the big AMG wheels.
If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more wild car stories, forgotten prototypes, and underrated builds. And let me know in the comments, should Mercedes have actually built this thing, or was it better left as a one-off engineering flex? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.